Vanessa Ledesma Coffin is a vocal coach, arranger, and choir director who has run her own voice studio since 2013, with students booking national tours, Broadway roles, and scholarships to top music theater programs. She holds a master's in music therapy from NYU Steinhardt, studied musical theater songwriting with Joseph Church and Daniel Zaitchek, and trained at Goodspeed Musical's Music Director Intensive. Her work includes music team credits on The Lonely Few at the Geffen and music direction for Ink and Paint at the She LA Festival. She currently conducts the Voice 3 choir at the LAUSD Performing Arts Conservatory and is developing her own shows with the new musical Ink. When she's not making music, she's likely cuddling her two scruffy terriers. Vanessa, it's
Hey.
so fun to have you on. I've been wanting to do this for years. And as my show has grown, I wanted to bring on people that I admire in the workforce who's making a difference in people's lives. And our show is all about stress management, and singing really helps reduce stress. So I
Yeah,
want people to use
totally.
their voice more and speak up more, and singing is a great tool.
I couldn't agree more. I think learning how to use your voice in a singing capacity only translates to the rest of your life and makes your voice stronger in so many other aspects. So I totally agree.
You're big on community, and so am I. In an industry that's kind of obsessed with competition, I mean, you've seen it with your students countless times again. What's the secret to making collaboration the headline act?
Oh, okay. Collaboration, the headline act. I don't know. I think it's kind of so for all of my students, I always try to reiterate that their voice is unique. That, yeah, it's a competitive industry and we have to try our best and you always bring your best foot forward. But your voice is so unique that it's kind of like if you just bring it to the table, I don't know, there isn't really competition because you're yourself. And so in each of my classrooms, in all my group classes, whether it's with teenagers or with adults, there's just this atmosphere of, I don't know, it's supportive. They all just it's incredible to me. Every single class, they just support each other like crazy. I don't know how else to say that. It's just I think we make an environment where everyone's voice is like a gift, and we treat
Mm,
everyone that way.
mhm.
Yeah.
When you're coaching all these individuals, like what's one what's one overlooked skill beyond talent that you believe separates the good performers from unforgettable ones?
I think it's an embodiment of the music. What can be really, really tough in an audition situation is just having this inner critic that is just judging every single moment and wondering what someone else is thinking. And I think that is what can stop my students from booking something. If they walk into a room nervous about what someone else is thinking instead of like being confident in what we prepared beforehand and embodying all that work that we've done and embodying the character and embodying the music. I think that's the difference is when you can really let go of what's happening outside and be centered in the work that you're bringing to the table. That's what I think I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know it's kind of hard to look at like your own life and how you used to perform, because before you were this music coach, you were a professional music theater performer. I remember coming to your show in Second City. What was that? The
My
Italian
God. Yeah, Tony and Tina's Italian wedding.
Tony and Tina's Italian wedding. And like you embodied that character. Like you took her and ran with her. So I feel like you've already done that. But how can someone do that not just with acting and then place that into like the musical theater world?
I mean, it's funny that you bring this up because you've also seen me be so scared of singing. And I was, I've always been kind of shy and kind of scared. And so I think having that experience and knowing what it's like to sing in front of people when it feels like the scariest thing in the world. That's what I try to teach my students, like how to overcome that. And so when we're in our rehearsal space, when we're in the studio and we're working on something, I make it a really safe space to talk about what's happening internally and what they might be dealing with and where any anxiety might be, what they're scared of. Then we kind of just deal with it in the space. And, confronting what we're scared of in the room allows someone to let it go eventually and embody.
Yeah. So give me an instance for someone that's a new singer and they're just trying to gain confidence, I think, in themselves.
Yeah.
What is something that they can try to help them get over the nerves?
So with my new singers, it's always about starting with where their voice naturally is. And we just embrace that part of their voice. Sometimes a student will come in and they'll want to sing something that's maybe not quite attainable right now. I think that accepting where we are in the process of becoming an artist, that's kind of part of the journey. And those initial nerves, when you're first starting singing, it's like if you can just accomplish this one song that I know is in your wheelhouse, then, you know, you can share it and that'll make you grow. It'll boost the confidence. And then we'll keep pushing and keep growing and new challenges like that.
I love that. I really do. You've just had like a really interesting trajectory in your career. And I think it's good for people to know that you can always change. Even if you go to school for something, like we went for musical theater, one, and we might still be doing music and incorporating acting in what we do. But for the most part, you are now more music director and coach, but you also went to Steinhardt for music therapy, which I think is so important, especially when you're teaching youth how to sing. Like, how has that experience from Steinhardt benefited your life in coaching?
That has been such a wonderful skill. I learned a lot. There was like a lot of things that I was kind of doing naturally before I went to grad school. And so I thought music therapy would be a natural progression for me because I was already working with teens that were dealing with a lot of anxiety and adults that were dealing with a lot of anxiety and stuff like that. And so I thought that this would be a natural progression. When I went to school and we learned about how music affects people and how we can use it as therapy, I learned a lot about how to use music in that way and how in sessions, it's like there's me, there's the client or the student, and then the music. And how can music kind of allow someone to express and grow? I practiced music therapy through the pandemic, and then I burnt out and I went back into teaching. And I brought in a lot of those things. And I don't know. I mean, if we can be honest, I don't know that music therapy does a lot for the coaching.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I just figured with the youth and everything,
Mhm.
there's something you kind of have to have like a way about you, right? Like this calm energy when you're dealing with kids. because and you probably grew up with this. I know we actually saw this a little bit in college when people would kind of get mm, honestly be mean to you instead of like helping you become a better singer, they would actually tear you down,
Yeah.
build you up. And
Yeah.
I almost feel like just from what I've seen with you, from an outside point of view, it's like music therapy, even though you already had this calming presence about you, but it gave you like skills how to deal with people that were like a little bit more insecure
Well,
and help them blossom in what they want to do and, you know, build confidence.
yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I think it's actually the reverse. I think the experience that I had as a vocal coach prior to grad school is what gave me the ability to connect to my clients when I was practicing music therapy. And then what I learned in grad school was actually the magic of music and like how like when we use music theory, what that does to us. That actually informed a lot more of the composing and arranging side than the coaching
Interesting.
side. Yeah.
Got you more into the arranging portion.
Yeah, because it's kind of like I learned so much about it was a more jazz-based program, and so I learned just so much about music and just how it affects us, all the research that's gone into music, and I just learned a lot about it, and so that informed that part of it, and that's kinda cool because then I started a therapeutic songwriting program. So I took what I used in music therapy to now students who want to write songs for themselves, and I make a safe space for them to write these personal songs using music therapy intervention, but they don't know that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, right.
Thank you. So that's a really great use of using that master's for that. And even if you didn't even realize it, but everything builds on everything else. Now, that being said, like there's setbacks. We all have them. I'm sure music became therapy for you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I know that in 2022, there was a lot going on in your life
Mhm.
that wasn't always the best. And everyone has, let's just put it this way, everyone has things that fall apart. What was the very first note, literal or metaphorically, that you chose to sing to get yourself moving again?
Ooh, very first note. B flat. I'm just kidding. I don't know. In 2022, you're referring to my life imploding. That's when I lost the daughter I was adopting, and my divorce happened, my separation happened, and music was really, really hard. It was the only thing I could do. It was the only escape. And so I was really glad to be teaching at that time because I had my students and I could focus on them. But I was writing poetry because I didn't have access to my own music. And then last year, 2024, so 2 years later, I started writing music again. And I turned one of those poems into like an aria type thing. I hadn't really found music again until for myself until last year
Wow. What did it feel like being able
to
to?
get back into it. I felt alive. Like I felt like I was finally becoming the person that I was supposed to be because, you never divorce, you don't choose that. No, I didn't want that. I didn't want my life to implode. And so at that time it happened because, you know, I don't know. I mean, at that time I was a shell of who I was. And so I was so grateful to be teaching because at least I still had that part of me. But the rest of me was who was I? What was happening? And so when I was able to write music again last year, I felt like I was coming back and like I was back in my own shell. So
Good. Very to hear that.
thank you.
I know at times too, like we all start to kind of close ourselves off to the people that we care about the most.
Mm.
And how did you get out of that too and start to like reach back out, get yourself comfortable again, almost saying like, "Hey, I'm divorced, but I'm moving forward."
I mean, it was my mom. Like, that whole first year, which I mean, you were there, you know, I was not okay. And that whole first year, my mom was just texting me every single day with
Mm,
like, just because I'm a shy person. I'm not the most outward person, and so she was giving me these bits of strength that I didn't have that now I do. And so after that year, when I'm kind of licking my wounds, and I was like, oh wait a second, like I have people who care about me. That's pretty lucky, and you're one of them. You've seen me through so much, and so I think it was just tiny, tiny steps of like, oh, okay, I can be loved and I can be cared about, and you just made it very clear. But, so I think that, yeah. So I'll give that one to Tanya Radek. She she helped me a lot to trust, you know?
trust and let go again. That can
Yeah.
be the hardest part.
Yeah, accept love, yeah.
Mhm. Well, I gotta talk about your two cutie patootie terriers.
Yeah, sure, of
What
course.
role do they play in the creative process?
Well, Fiddle is my muse. I write a song to her every single day. And so that helps. She helps create melody. And I just such a comfort. I mean, you're a musician, you write, and it can be kind of vulnerable
Yeah.
to share your voice, to share your music, to put your ideas out there. So anytime I do that and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a bold thing. Like, I can't believe I'm about to do this. And I just have my little dogs and I just send the email, I press the whatever, and so they're very comforting and cute and inspiring.
Yes. Presley's like that too. He's my little muse. It's funny. I will say this though, since having Samara, like I get too much in my head about writing, which has been so weird for me. I thought I was gonna have all this like creative energy. And
Whoa.
I don't know if it's just because like my brain is mushy. And that's also why like I haven't been collaborating as much as I'd like to with maybe soon. 'Cause I'm just all over the place, I think, in the head, and so, like, me sitting at a piano is just very frazzled, like, I feel my notes are all
Kind of cool though.
yeah,
It's modern.
a
You're
little
close to the
jazzy,
yeah.
the jazz era.
I love it. I think you should go with it.
I pretend. I just don't know how good my skills are for jazz, but, like, I can scat, but when it comes to the keys and ah, jazz is just man, it's a beast.
I had a friend. I love. He's a music therapist. I met him in school, and he said because he got his first master's. He has two masters now. He got his first master's in jazz piano, and he said that if you play it twice, it's not a mistake. So that's the secret. You just gotta play it twice, and then you
There you
can.
go. I love that.
I know.
So I love doing rapid questions with people I love. I think it's
Hey.
so fun because it can just be kind of whatever jazz. I think the theme of the day is jazz. Whatever happens, happens. So I'm going to give you some rapid fire creative confessions. First song you ever belted out in the shower.
Oh, I mean, I'm Filipino, and so like, I just remember my go-to karaoke song, and I'm assuming I probably sang in the shower, and so that was "I Wanna Dance with Somebody," Whitney Houston.
Amazing. Dream duet partner, living or dead.
you do a partner? Leia Salonga. Sorry, Filipino. Leia Salonga.
Oh, hey, I don't know.
Oh,
Can you
you do, Jasmine. Uh, the first Eponine, like just the queen of all peanut artists. So,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Go-to snack during long rehearsals.
yeah. Oh, boring. It's a Lara bar.
One musical you wish you'd written.
Oh, oh, um, okay, it's gonna be Hades Town. Yeah,
Really? Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Biggest pet peeve in the rehearsal room.
None. Everyone I work with is a perfect angel. Everything is great all the time. That gets to be my little secret. I keep it to myself.
That's good. For me, it's tardiness, but that's me. Most used emoji when texting cast members.
Smiley face.
Song you play when you need to hype yourself up before a big moment.
Oh, like song I play to listen to or song I play to play?
Open to interpretation.
I think I have 3 answers for this. Can I give you
Mm.
that? I
Yeah.
know it's rapid fire. Is that okay?
Rapid fire.
So if I'm kind of low energy and I need to amp it, I listen to pretty much any Rainey Wilson song that's high energy. For a long time, it was like this Hoochie Coo song, rock and roll. Hoochie Coo. That's my amp up. If I need to play something, if there's too much energy in my in me, then I like to play. I don't know how to say the word. It's like solfeggetto,
Mhm.
but CB box and to kind of get focused. I like a lot of Haim songs. So any whichever Haim song that I'm listening to on repeat at the moment.
Weirdest warm up you secretly love.
Weirdest warm up that I secretly love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I say that? Everyone says I sound like a dying cat. So I guess that's a weird one.
That's good. It's weird to people that like don't understand it. If your terriers could critique your work, what would they say?
Oh, they are so over it. I can't even. They are unfazed by music. So I think if they could critique my work, I guess they'd say make it higher pitched so that it could like a dog whistle so they could hear it. So they could be interested. I don't know. Yeah.
Does Banjo still have that like unique bark?
Oh yeah. I tell everyone about my little chihuahua. I tell them that you say he sounds like a smoker. My friend Sarah says he sounds like a smoker. And it's still accurate 10 years later.
Funny. That cracks me up. No.
I don't know.
We got one more.
Okay.
3 words to describe your current creative season.
Ooh, prolific. I'm gonna say that because I have too many ideas. I'm excited by all of them, and I just keep writing. I work on them every day, and I love it. I love all these videos so much, and I'm just excited about writing,
Mhm.
and it's like writing in multiple ways, not just music. Even though I'm really really excited about those things, but writing like programs and stuff to teach my students. I'm just excited about creating right now. I'm in a very creative season, which is exciting.
Creative, prolific, and one more word.
Horrific and new. That's just
Yeah.
new.
Anything
I
from
like it. It's fun.
that. Well, I'm so grateful that you came on board today and like did this with me. It was so much fun. I wanted to ask you one more question, and it's my favorite one since this is stress-free solutions. I believe that internally we know how to handle things. So I want to know, how has stress saved your life?
I mean, going back to when my life completely imploded, I was so overwhelmed by stress. I mean, I was completely overtaken by stress, and that is either live the rest of my days like that or change. And that stress woke me up to a lot of sadness I was feeling and just a lot of I don't know, it was a hard, hard time. And because I was feeling that, I left and I got my life back. So I'm grateful for the stress of 2022.
I'm glad you figured it out because I don't know. You probably seen this too. A lot of people stay in things, and regardless of who the person is, like it's just not the right fit,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm really proud of you for moving forward and creating this amazing environment for people to feel comfortable about singing and being themselves. And for you creating again, like that's really wonderful to hear because that was new information for me today. But
Well, fun, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. I can't wait to hear your jazz. Can yeah, to collaborate on.
how can people connect with you?
So they can follow me at Ledesma Nest Music, or they can visit my website, ledesmamusic.com, and they can book a consultation. We can chat if they want to take some lessons or do a course or something.
Incredible. What kind of courses do you have?
Well, the songwriting one right now,
Oh,
uh, and there's a ukulele course, which is just a really fun. It's gonna have improvisation and it's easy. Like for people who've never touched an instrument before, it's an easy way to learn how to express yourself on the ukulele.
oh my gosh, I love it. I'm gonna tell my mom about it. My mom has a ukulele at home.
Perfect. Yes, it's for her. Yeah, just to fun and express, bring a little joy to people's life.
Well, thank you so much. Everyone, please share your takeaway. Reach out to Vanessa. You can find me, as you know, on Sarah Lee's Coaching on Instagram. But I want to close off with this final word, and it's to please be kind and speak well to yourself on the self love journey. You matter.